When you look at these pictures, the images reflect the poverty of third world countries. But these homes and families aren't a world away.
You know, people don't understand. You know, I'm like, oh, these schools, these kids don't have books. People are like, oh, where is this again? Where is this again? I'm like, 2.5 hours away from my house. And they're like, in Ohio? I'm like, yes, in Ohio. There are schools with no heating and cooling systems.
The children of Appalachia have a friend in Emily Douglas and a program called Grandma's Gifts. Her mission is to provide books, clothing, and toys to children in desperate need.
It just kind of struck me that people really don't have the things that I do, and I decided that rather than sit around and watch TV all day long like most teenagers are accused of doing, why not get up and do something?
Emily's motivation came from her grandmother's stories of life in southern Ohio during the Depression. Grandma was one of 12 children. Her father died when she was a child. She never forgot the struggles of growing up poor. And before she died, she asked Emily to make her a promise.
She kind of asked me if I would, look on to kids who maybe didn't have the same things that I did, the things that I take for granted. And that's what I try and do. And it's funny because I never realized at the time, when I was in 3rd and 4th grade, that there were kids who didn't own books.
That was 8 years ago. Today, Grandma's Gifts spills over into Emily's dad's warehouse and every part of their family life. This high school senior has collected and delivered more than 70,000 books, as well as tons of clothing and toys to Appalachian children.
Grandma's Gifts is in my house. It's in my garage, in my living room, under my bed, everywhere you turn around, on my computer, in my book bag. It's everywhere, and it's just amazing. My dad in our garage, we haven't parked in our garage for like 4 years.
Yeah, when Emily's at school, frequently calls will come into the house from folks wanting to either donate things to Grandma's Gifts or needing things from Grandma's Gifts, and they don't realize that Emily's a kid. And so when they find that out, they're sort of shocked, and I always just laugh and say that I'm the secretary and I handle all the telephone messages, and I'll put my 17-year-old on it when she gets home from school.
Her efforts have gotten her national attention. She's been on Oprah, met the president, and has been photographed for national magazines. But despite all the donations, there are still people who doubt a lone teenager can make a difference.
Well, there's a quote by one of the Kennedys, and it says, there's a ripple, and the ripple gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And people often ask me, they're like, you're just a kid, you can't do anything. I'm like, you want to watch me? Come on. Come on, bring it on. I'll tell you, I can do stuff. I can help other people. And it kills me. Adults and kids have said, you're just a kid, you can't make a difference. Like, no. Anybody can make a difference who wants to. I know 6th graders who don't own their own books. Do you imagine that? When you guys are in 2nd grade and own your book, do you know how lucky you are? So what we're going to do is send the books to kids in 6th grade and 3rd grade.
The lesson of giving back is one Emily is sharing. On this day, she's picking up books collected by students at Sutter Park Elementary School in Worthington.
For 160 children, we brought in 423 books for children who do not have books. Wow. That's wonderful. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's great.
She tells them about the children not far away who don't have books and libraries. Her stories touch these children and motivate Emily to keep up the work.
Every time a kid sends a letter, or someone will call, some of the letters that she gets are really touching. I know that when she talks to people, she has a hard time too talking about some of the things that she's seen, and the letters actually are the most touching. The little kids will write, and they have a hard time spelling words. I mean, some of them, it's not even complete sentences, but you can just see that they really need, someone to care about.
And it's plain to see, Emily Douglas does care. She's made a promise and intends to keep it.
Well, I've often said that I know my mother would be very proud of what Emily's accomplished, but I think Emily's doing exactly what my mother expects Emily to be doing. She would expect no less. And so while she would be proud on one hand, I think she thinks that what she's doing, while the scope of it is extraordinary, the things that she's doing, the people she's serving, is exactly what she should be doing.
Not only has Emily given thousands of hours to community service, she has developed a website designed to mentor and support children across America. And her charity drive has now become a national one, too. For the past 3 years, she's been receiving donations from across the country. Emily Douglas is an inspiration to young and old alike, and that's why Emily Douglas is a 2000 Jefferson Award winner.